It's incredible. You live, you die. It's the in-between that counts.
What happens if you get caught?
I got a new sensation.
Getting caught is not an option.
Canadian Coast Guard.
I can't help you. You're gonna have to do just what I ask you to.
Welcome back to Night News. Before we start, please like the video for more excellent content.
Proposition for you. Need you to take my boat out for a run.
You okay, Pop? Tom, I was wondering maybe you needed an extra deckhand. You're my brother. I'm curious.
Curious about what, Charlie?
About me. About you too, maybe.
Your vessel's been seized!
I got a $100,000 fine. I'm gonna lose my father's boat.
I have resources. We want to do business.
Well, Mabel here said you guys are one-timing, but if this works out...
This is it. One time only.
FineStKind. College graduate Charlie visits his older half-brother, scallop fisherman Tom Eldrige, in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Reluctantly, he asks Tom to accompany him on his next fishing trip after becoming disillusioned with his methodical lifestyle. Charlie meets the crew when they set sail on Ray's boat, the Harmony, heroin addict Skeemo, family guy Costa, and Nunes, also known as Nunesy. Harmony explodes on choppy waves hours into the journey, sinking the ship and barely saving the crew. The five are saved the next morning and celebrate their adventure at a bar, where Charlie meets Mabel, a part-time drug dealer. When his affluent father Gary Sykes finds him, he tries to talk him out of fishing but gets a firm rejection. Afterwards, the brothers travel to see Tom's bosses. There, the conceited boss and Tom accuse each other of being incompetent, which sparks a fight that ends with Tom being fired. Later, Tom receives a call from his aging father Ray asking him to accompany him on a dredging expedition in his boat, the FineStKind. Tom grudgingly agrees. Afterwards, at a Costa hosted house party, Tom tells the others about the assignment. While Charlie is there, Mabel takes him on a heroin run, where he meets her doubting mother. He shows up at Mabel's apartment after the meeting goes badly, and the two spend a passionate evening together. The two discover that Tom is going to depart without him when they wake up late the following day. Mabel reacts by rushing Charlie to the harbor, just in time to see the FineStKind departing for sea. At sea, Tom makes the decision to stealthily take the boat to fish in Canadian seas with the intention of landing more profitable catches. The gambit is almost successful, but the trip is cut short when the boat unintentionally entangles itself in its fishing dredge, right before a Canadian plane identifies them. To the dismay of the crew, the FineStKind is confiscated by U.S. officials upon returning to port. He is hospitalized with terminal stomach cancer, which is the real reason he turned over the boat. Resolving to tell Ray about the incident, the two discover this. Tom visits his previous employers to get out of the $100,000 fine that was required in order for the boat to be released because he doesn't want his father to pass away without his beloved vessel, but he is met with contempt when he tries. Mabel, who is sympathetic to their situation, makes arrangements for the group to work with Weeks, her mother's accomplice, on a one-time heroin smuggling job. Tom is persuaded otherwise, although he worries being discovered despite the crew's acquiescence. The group sets sail toward the drop point, where heroin is delivered by plane. After returning to the dock, the brothers set out to meet Weeks by themselves. However, they are ambushed by a rival drug gang, who subdue them and take the heroin. Ray witnesses the altercation between Tom and Mabel after Tom realizes they have been duped and accuses her of spying on them. Weeks has thus captured Costa's pregnant wife and corners the group at his house. He admits that he had beaten Mabel and has them provide the heroin by the next morning, threatening to kill them if they don't succeed. Following their departure, the team assists Costa's wife, and Tom then vanishes. Ray finds him and approaches Charlie, who opens up to him about their predicament. Charlie encounters Nunesy the following morning, who informs him that Tom brought a weapon to visit Skeemo. Charlie realizes that Skeemo was the informant, and he rushes to his location in time to see Tom about to put him to death. Charlie, however, is able to persuade him otherwise, choosing to take their risks. In another scene, Ray shows up at Weeks' meeting spot and offers him $15,000 in exchange for leaving the crew alone themselves. Just as the brothers are getting there, Ray shoots Weeks dead after he refuses and starts making fun of him. Tom, impressed by Ray's words, learns that Ray will stop at nothing to save him. As Mabel is ready to head off to college, Gary, recognizing he cannot change his son, decides to pay the boat's fee. At last set free, The crew gets ready to set sail on the finest kind once more, with an imprisoned but content Ray observing from a distance. 29% of the 28 reviews by critics on review aggregate Rotten Tomatoes are positive, with an average rating of 4.9 out of 10. Based on the opinions of 7 critics, the weighted average website Metacritic gave the movie a score of 44 out of 100, meaning that it received mixed or average reviews. I appreciate you coming, and please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.